Ooh, what's good on my stock market homies? It's your boy Kevin. This is Touchdown Trades. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my top 3 stocks to buy in April of 2021. Thankfully, it's a new month because March was just straight up weird in the stock market. We had hedge funds go out of business. They got margin calls causing certain stocks to drop more than 50% just because one hedge fund had to sell. We had the overall stock market remaining near all-time highs. However, we had certain sectors crash and burn. It was just a weird month of March in the stock market. But we're turning the page. It's a new month, and we're going to be breaking down my top stocks for April in today's video, so you're going to want to stay tuned. Before we get started, do me a big favor and destroy that disgusting like button, because remember, the like button is not our friend and we must destroy it. And if you want to get some free money, everybody loves free money, check out the link in the description for M1 Finance. It's a great long-term broker. They allow you to build these pies, which are similar to your own personal ETF. You add the stocks that you like long-term to these pies. From a diversification perspective, you can't beat it. All right, let's break down these top stocks for April of 2021. Let's get it. Stock number 1, this is going to be BLNK Charging. And I think BLNK Charging is one of the most discounted ways to get exposure to EV as a sector right now. And you may be thinking, well, all these other EV stocks have crashed more than BLNK Charging. But we just got some huge news about the infrastructure bill and its impact on EV charging. So Biden came out with this big infrastructure, $2 trillion infrastructure plan. And in that plan, details of how they want to spend money on electric vehicle charging stations was detailed. Okay, so $174 billion with a B, billion dollars is going to be going to enhance the EV charging network in the United States. And they plan on adding 500,000 new EV charging stations. That is an absolutely massive number and is obviously going to help benefit the big EV charging stocks. Why BLNK Charging? Why not ChargePoint, or why not one of the other EV charging stocks? And here's my thesis on this. Number 1, it's cheaper than ChargePoint from a valuation perspective, and they have a bunch of EV charging stations in their infrastructure already. So if we do get an infusion of capital from this infrastructure bill into these companies, BLNK is obviously going to benefit. And we're still on a valid uptrend. If we look at this daily chart, the 200 EMA, the gray line on the chart, has held support for the last several months. And about a couple weeks ago, we came down and tested it and we held support. So the uptrend is still valid. Remember, we never want to fight the trend. The trend is our friend. And this is a valid uptrend here with BLNK Charging, and we have money coming to the sector. $175 billion is coming into the space. Now, BLNK Charging is not going to get all of that money, but it's definitely going to help. We have highs at $64 a share. We pulled all the way down to $25, and we are currently trading at around $40 a share. I think this is an absolute steal at these prices, as we have put a $70 price target on this BLNK Charging stock, and I'll be looking for that price target to hit over the next couple of months as investors start to realize that they were late to the party with this EV charging money that's coming in. And I think there's going to be some FOMO. There's going to be some hype coming into these EV charging stocks, and I think it may send this BLNK to the moon. Stock number 2 is going to be a Bitcoin mining stock, Mara. I think this Mara is still a good buy. And I know you're thinking to yourself, Kevin, wait a second. This Mara has already put in the move. It's too late. And I disagree with that statement 100%. I think this is still too cheap. First of all, the chart is just straight up sexy. This chart is beautiful. We get a move higher, we get a bull flag, and then we get a breakout. We get a move higher, we get a bull flag, and then we break out, bull flag, breakout. And right now we're in one big giant bull flag, and it's looking like we want to break out. We do have some resistance up here at $50 that we're going to need to clear. We tried to clear it and we rejected it. But if we can get a close on the daily chart above 50, I think this thing is off to the races. And I would not be surprised. My price target personally is $100 per share before the end of 2021. And I know that's a big ask. You're talking about a 100% move. If it can indeed get up there towards $100, that is very likely in this situation. Let's talk about my thesis. Building the largest self-mining operation in North America at one of the lowest energy cost. And that is a key point right there, lowest energy cost, because the biggest cost for a Bitcoin mining operation is going to be electricity. Once you get the miners, you buy the equipment, your only cost is going to be the warehouse, the rent, or however much it costs to buy the warehouse, and then electricity is going to be your main cost. They are looking to grow the monthly revenue from $500,000 to $100 million a month by Q1 of 2022. That is absolutely massive growth. We're talking about the biggest Bitcoin mining operation in the world. They own 6.4% of the global Bitcoin hash rate. The hash rate tells you how powerful the Bitcoin mining operation is, and Mara owns 6.4% of the entire world's global hash rate. As of today, Mara is producing 55 to 60 Bitcoin per day. That is just straight up a stupid number of Bitcoin per day. And it gets even better, it gets even more interesting here. As the price of Bitcoin increases, Mara's revenue and net profit are going to increase as well. So as of right now, it only costs Mara $4,500 to mine a Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin is trading at 60K and it costs them $5,000 to mine a Bitcoin, we're talking about gross profit of $55,000 per Bitcoin. Those profit margins are straight up stupid, and Mara is too cheap because I have a price target of Bitcoin hitting $100,000 per Bitcoin before the end of the year. So as the price of Bitcoin increases, the price of Mara is going to increase as well, because the stock Mara and Bitcoin are correlated. Not exactly, and we'll look further at that at the chart. Let's go back to the chart. So Bitcoin is making new all-time highs. It's been a straight to the moon stock chart, but Mara has been a little bit choppy, right? Over the last month, we've been consolidating, chopping around, even though Bitcoin has made new all-time highs. That is why I think Mara is too cheap. I think we're setting up for a explosion here, a move towards $75 a share, and then I think we consolidate around that $70 to $5 a share range. And before the end of the year, I think we hit $100 per share with this Mara. The third and final stock that I want to break down is NNDM, Nano Dimensions. This is one that we've talked about previously on the channel. There was a lot of hype, there was a lot of FOMO surrounding NNDM, so I didn't buy it. I don't chase, I don't give into the hype, I don't give into the FOMO. Cathie Wood Ark Invest bought NNDM way back here, and that's what created this stupid massive run up from like $4 all the way up to $17 a share. And I was a spectator, I watched from the sidelines. But now we're getting this big giant pullback, and I'm taking interest. Why am I taking interest? Number one, I like the 3D printing sector. I think the sector is going to experience growth in the next couple of years, and we're still holding the uptrend. The 200 EMA, we tested it right here and we held. So I expect this 200 EMA to act as support and help carry us higher, and I think we break out of this resistance area here near 12. Next stop, $15 per share. So I got a price target of 15 on this NNDM. All right, guys, that's going to wrap the video up. If you got anything of value from the video, do me a solid and hit that like button for me. If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and get your $30 free from M1 Finance. If you want to come trade with me, hit that first link in the description and join the Patreon, which will give you access to the private Discord chat and my buy and sell alerts. Also, leave your top stock for April of 2021 in the description. What stock do you think will perform the best? What is your top performing stock for April of 2021? Leave that in the description or the comments, and I will check those out. I love all of you guys. Until next time, peace.